Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. And it's a pretty good return here as they get this up to the 29. Dak going to start out going to the air. And incomplete to open things up.
We'll have to see what kind of looks this defense is going to throw at him as this game moves along. But they're in a zone to start. I do think we'll see plenty of man coverage as we move along, but the first throw of this one, incomplete.
2nd and 10. Here's Prescott. They're looking for one that's intercepted. Picked off by Christian Fulton. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30.
Brad, I wonder if someone's down there checking on the head coach right now because he might be a little bit of shock after what just transpired. Instead of a lengthy opening drive to deal with, his guy stepped up and stole that drive away. Momentum on their side now. How will they attack on offense?
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Got a man, it's Brown. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Okay, let's decide here. He was open, right? Not extraordinarily open, but open enough that if you're an NFL quarterback, you got to make that throw, right? That's got to be complete.
9 times out of 10, that's a completed pass.
Yeah, he missed that one and missed it in a big way.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Mahomes now to throw. Will try and do this himself. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Mahomes hitting his favorite target, Travis Kelce, on the touchdown pass. And the Chiefs use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Their first passing touchdown of the ball game, and they go to the big tight end in those sure hands, and he provides the score.
So they looked like they were focused on taking away other weapons, and he certainly made them regret that because he found the soft spot ended up taking it to the end zone. Nice throw, too, to complete the drive.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
He's taking over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchup.
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. George Pickens, 73 yards. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. That's a great response. You give up the first score of the game, but you go right down yourselves and get the equalizer.
I just had a flashback there. I remember playing in a game like that in college where one of my teammates had said in the media that week, the opposite team would be lucky to cross our goal line. They crossed it in the first minute of the game. On our first offensive play, we scored to answer back. Something similar to what we just saw there.
Very similar to what we just saw.
The idea of the fourth was going to take the Cowboys fixed doesn't really make a lot of sense. Yes, they correctly, by the way, haven't safety this offseason, but they also show us the elite focus. That could be viewed as a clear indication Dallas was what they could have been all season. Remember, Coach, there's no real savings here for Malik Hooker. The way that contract was redone, it's a pay cut at the expense of guaranteed money. If the Cowboys wanted to dump Malik Hooker, they would have done so in part. It doesn't really make sense unless there's just no value whatsoever and he's something with 6 cuts in, which is really likely. It doesn't really make sense to shop in. $5 million this year. Keep him and let it be a okay. That's redundant. The idea that the sports that we're going to be Cowboys pick the up for him doesn't really make a lot of sense. Yes, they correctly, by the way, added more safety this offseason, but they also show us the key elite focus. That could be viewed as a clear indication Dallas does all season. There's no real savings here. The way that comes redone, it was a pay cut at the expense of guaranteed money. If the Cowboys wanted to dump Malik Hooker, they would have done so in part. It doesn't really make sense unless there's just no value whatsoever and something with 6 cuts in, which is likely. It doesn't really make sense to shop in. $5 million bucks. Keep him and let it be a good case. The idea that
he's taken down, slip across the 35. His first catch, good for 16.
The Dallas Cowboys OTA practice just delivered some serious good news. In this particular update, every Cowboys fan is getting genuinely excited heading into the quarterback Savion Lavelle is reportedly looking like a completely different player compared to last season. More confident, more fluid, more explosive. And honestly, that is exactly what this secondary depth would need here. Here's the thing. He barely even touched the field last year because of an ACL injury he suffered back in college. And back from an ACL tear as a quarterback is one of the hardest things any defensive back can do in professional football. It is not just about being physically healthy. It is about trusting me again every single one. That trust is fully vested in his OTAs, and that changes everything. The traits will never be questioned with level, the size, the athleticism, everything. That is exactly what it is. Now, with a full offseason of quarterbacks, and the Falcons return, the starting quarterback job is absolutely key. So, Cowboys Nation, well, the Savion Rebel about to take over a starting spot on the Rams form this secondary in 2026. Drop your answer below. The Dallas Cowboys OTA practice just delivered some serious good news, and this particular update has every Cowboys fan genuinely excited heading into 2026. 2026, second-year quarterback Savion Rebel is reportedly looking like a completely different player compared to last season.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying?
That is exactly what the secondary has been trying to do. Here's the thing, no Bear didn't touch the field last year because of an ACL injury the summer back from college. And coming back from an ACL tear as a quarterback is one of the hardest things any defensive back can do in professional football. It is not just about being physically healthy, it is about trusting that you get the traits will never question the athleticism and coverage upside. And that is exactly why Dallas Fest will end with the whole offseason has announced a genuine confidence return. A starting cornerback job is absolutely at the table. So Cowboys Nation tonight, Savion Rebel about to take over a starting spot and transform the secondary in 2026. Put your answer below. The Dallas Cowboys OTA practice just delivered some serious good news. And this particular update has every Cowboys fan feeling genuinely excited heading into 2026. Second-year cornerback Savion Rebel is reportedly looking like a completely different player compared to last season. More confident, more fluid, more explosive.
And why the field goal team is still out there is beyond me. Time to reconsider after the delay. That flag, that'll push him back 5.
He hasn't said a word publicly, but insiders say the deal is already being finalized. Dallas Cowboys fans, if he thought the offseason was over, it's not even close to it. Because right now, behind closed doors at the stop, Jerry Jones is reportedly putting together a move that could turn the Dallas Cowboys offense into the single scariest team in the entire NFL. We're talking about a team that Saints fans never wanted to be in the world. We're talking about five-time the two-time All-Pro, a former offensive rookie of the year. We are talking about Alvin Kamara. Before we get into this, if you're new here, welcome to the family. Hit that subscribe button right now, because trust me, you do not want to miss what's coming in the next 24 to 48 hours of that. This channel learns the Reed's Cowboys news, and let's get to this biggest move. I want you to be the first to know and not the last. So hit that subscribe, hit that bell, and let's get into the story that has been up by the rest. And let's stay with me here, because in the first 15 seconds, I want you to understand the sense of the Thank you for every other commodity that you've heard this offseason. Because up until now, every single Kamara Dallas conversation has been hypothetical. It's been, Bleacher Report says, it's been a potential fit. It's been, get the Saints move on. So what's happening right now in the last few days is different. This isn't just analysts going out mock trades again. This is real people. This is what we say. This is what my market has a very specific reason to want to help how they do it. By the end of this video, we're going to understand exactly why Dallas might be one signature thing building an offense that no defensive coordinator in the league wants to fake. So let's rewind and set the stage. Because to understand why this move makes so much sense right now, you have to understand exactly what both of the franchises stand. Start with New Orleans. The Saints this offseason made a franchise-altering decision. They didn't running back strategy on the quarter deal which would be $52 million. Defensive players behind. That is not. We're bringing competition. That is up. This is on you. And when a team has that kind of money to do running back, there's only one conclusion you can draw about the fact already sitting in the running back room. Alvin Kamara's days and going forward. Now, Kamara is not just some name on the roster. This is a legend at the 2017 passing record of the year. The guy who is unbelievable the most dangerous field back in the entire NFL. He counts to be 200 pounds and that time has been fortunate as a receiver out of the backfield. He signed a $75 million extension back in 2020. It was that important to the Saints identity. But here's where it gets complicated. Kamara is entering the final year of his contract. He's set to make somewhere around $1.5 million this season, and he's turning 31 years old. In today's NFL, that is an expensive, aging price tag for a new veteran that just got a brand new massive debt. Add to that the fact that Kamara's production has been trending down. His 2025 season sophomore year was about 31 category. And you start to see exactly why speculation about a trade has exploded across every NFL level. Now here's the mechanical piece that most casual fans miss. So that changes everything from the time. If the Saints had traded Kamara for June 1st, would have lost them due to dead cap hit. We're talking more of making including that was needed to go back to the show. But after June 1st, just stand on the couch for another year. So it goes for the most year from savings and exact $1 billion in additional space simply by moving. Then leave the Saints up and trade Kamara that they quickly get down with the book. The math is up. This rumor is heating up instead of dying down. So that's the sense side. Now let's talk about why Dallas. And all the men back in these games like Heaps will be named as the number 1 line respect. Here's the thing casual fans don't realize it. Yes, Dallas already made one big move at the position this offseason, bringing in Javonte Williams from the Blue who had worked around 24 million twice. And to be fair to Willis, the obvious career high 1,201 rushing yards, 11 touchdowns, 287 touchdowns. And Trevor Bronco proved every doubt overcome the one with Dallas. But here's the catch. All that volume, all that punishment Williams absorbed with the ball out back, he was also asked to pass block and obvious passing rounds. That workload is exactly the kind of thing that leads to what I He was also doing the landing that sees that shoulder when he gets moved behind him on that drop. It is thin. Enough Davis, just 52 carries and 2 catches all year. Jaden Moore, an talented but quickly second-year back who never fully learned his position, plus his rookie despite flashing serious speed and excellence. And Phil Maka, a 2025 rookie who is still very much a prospect. Head coach Brian Schottenheimer has publicly challenged his backup running backs to step up this year. Publicly. On the record, that is not something a coach says when he's fully confident in his depth chart. That's a coach who is nervous about what happens when Javonte Williams goes down for even a few games. And this is where the Kamara connection gets almost too perfect in the ball. Because Stephen McCallum's coaching staff right now is running back coach Derek Foster. And guess who Derek Foster coached the Blue Hornets before making the job with Allen? Kamara's running backs coach in 2024. The same season Kamara bounced back to put up a career-high 950 rushing yards. There is already an existing relationship, an existing trust, an existing scheme familiarity between Kamara and the coach that is talents like Thomas. That is not a coincidence that happens in the points here in this quarter. That is exactly the kind of connective tissue that turns the defense coordinators into a beautiful conversation. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. As an exclusive back weapon, I definitely my side back. I think he had to speak. He was one of the most dangerous pass catchers for us in the position. Think about what that does to the opposing defense. You can't look at off the if you want to push him out, trying to simply check down the field in their game. You can't put his own coach because now you have to account for a running back who has legitimate problems with the stuff. And running that backfield with the weapons Dallas already has on the field. You start to understand exactly like examples of all of this various defensive positions that are capacity. Now let's talk about what the jump on the side is. Because quickly it wants some things. This would not require the Dallas to get its drag together. Multiple analysts, including feature reports Christopher Now, have pointed out that given Kamara's age, contract situation, and recent statistical decline, it's unlikely any team will need to give up more than a midfield evaluation per player. This is the kind of progress to trade that comes to the first round. This is a wise move. These drugs. How this found out that it's been aggressive. The game was a lot of that. Given a brief fit for 5 times the pitching relationship underneath the case. Frankly, exactly the kind of workers. I get what Jerry Jones has made before. And let's not pretend Jerry Jones is shy about big swings. This is a man who has never been afraid to make headlines. This is a man who traded for players in the middle of playoff races. This is a man who has built an entire franchise identity around the most talked about football. Whether that fun is about moving so about if there's a version of this offseason where Jerry Jones does anybody really believe he's going to pass on that opportunity? Does anybody really believe he's going to let this rumor die quietly? Now, of course, We have to be fair and look at the other side of the story, because there are some competing stories in the universe that Cowboys fans don't know about. Not every Saints insider believes Kamara is walking out of the door. Saints head coach directly asked whether Kamara is out of the and he deflected the question rather than showing the door. Kamara himself has continued showing up for Saints OTAs and organized team activities, working alongside the team, seemingly business as usual. Saints legend Bruce House has publicly voiced frustration in opposites handling the situation, essentially calling out the organization for leading the Browns' future in limbo instead of making a decision. Some reports even suggest that, looking more and more likely, Kamara stays in New Orleans through the start of the season, at least as a rotational piece behind AJ. So no, this is the thing. Nobody decided there is no confirmed trade. What we have right now is a perfect storm of circumstances. An expensive veteran on an expiring contract. A team that just paid big money to his replacement. A post-June 1st camp incentive to move him. A division of opinion inside the Saints organization about what to do with him. And on the other side,
the Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
Coach and staff who already had the personal relationship with him, and a historically aggressive owner who loves
they threw the interception on the very first play.
Now let's talk about this potential about identity, because I'm able to really visualize this for a second. Imagine Dak Prescott and the team, 3 wide receivers spread out, and out of the backfield, instead of a single traditional running back. You've got a rotation that can shoot and boost into them on the drive. Javante would kind of be a clear only from the front 7 seasons that the offensive specs of that. Alvin Kamara comes motion, and then you've got a former also receiving pass who has caught passes at an elite level for nearly a decade lined up in the slot against the linebacker who has no chance of staying with the cover. That mismatch. Breaking over again, which is the kind of chess move that turns a good offense into unstoppable. I think bigger picture. Think about what this does for Dak Prescott specifically. Every single year, the conversation of the background back to the same place. Basically, having weapons that you think that this offense to the next level, but the commanders of the receiving spread out the backfield with the yard receiver. That's one more answer to that question. That's one more elite target Dak can lean on the future ability and get some situations. That's one more reason
and the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout.
Now let's talk about the historical piece of this too, where its context matters. Kamara's rookie season back in 2007.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
That's rookie of the year in a class that included some legitimate competition. And he did it by proving from day one that he wasn't the traditional running back. He was a matchup handler. Across his career, he's racked up touchdown numbers that rival some of the best pure receivers in football during his years. A 21 touchdown season and 18 touchdown campaigns in 2008. 5 trips to the Pro Bowl. 2 All-Pro selections. This is not a French roster player. This is the main guy. He's at 31, and even under the class statistically, still commands respect in every film in the league. And here's something else worth thinking about. The timing of Kamara potentially landing with a team like that, a team with Super Bowl aspiration and legitimate talent across the roster, would be exactly the perfect environment that a big man could have. Players in the twilight of their careers often find it second to none when they land somewhere with something to play with. Imagine Kamara. He's going to be unquestionably back carrying a franchise, but instead of specialized weapons, ask him to do exactly what he does best without the grind of touching the ball 40 times a game. That's the kind of ball that could stand up in the Now I get to the specifically, because this is an elegant story that has fans buzzing off. Multiple national outlets, Bleacher Report, Sporting News, Science Cowboys coverage, Fox Sports, have all independently in the last several weeks named Dallas as a potential landing spot or a potential suitor for the Fire. When you see that many separate outlets refer to the team, that's simply a sign that something new is being discussed behind the scenes, even if nothing officially confirmed. Insiders talk to financial sources, and not just sources talking patterns.
Here's 2nd and 3. They'll look to throw. And it's a short one here. It's complete to the tight end. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Pacheco headed right. So they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Second and a couple. Back to throw here. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. It'll be a gain of just a yard. And that will bring up 3rd and 1.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. They'll drop the throw. Going quickly there, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprising face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. On 4th down, Matt Araiza sent on to punt. Well done on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never...
Touchdown, Cowboys! George Pickens on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Cowboys have regained the lead. And this is turning out to be something to monitor as this game goes along. That's now 3 touchdown catches for him here in this first half alone. Aubrey now for the PAT. And that one gives him a 3-point lead. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And that's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity.
Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just want to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick six.
Aubrey good with the PAT. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And that's pretty good coverage by the kick team. That's why we'll be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. Now Patrick going to change the play. From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Mahomes. And this is caught inside the 5. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown.
Oh, man.
Xavier Worthy on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Chiefs get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead is down to a field goal. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30.
Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they may just be content to take this 3-point lead and head into the locker room. Throw it. Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Looking to throw. Prescott. And it is incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball. But he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space. Couldn't uncover at the end of the route. And that one winds up incomplete.
Prescott from the gun on third. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
42-yard line.
Prescott yet again. Here's one deep for Pickens. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man and broke the play up.
Here we go, 46.
Final play of the half. Prescott. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Dak Prescott now 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Cowboys will extend their lead on the final play of the half. So the numbers are starting to pile up here early on. We have yet to reach halftime, yet that is already now 4 touchdown passes. Aubrey now for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. It'll be the Chiefs football to begin quarter number 3, and they trail here as we are back underway now on EA Sports. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half.
Isaiah Pacheco, 73 yards. And the Chiefs come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
I remember that shit.
Well, he's used to running at that distance here. He had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Extra point by Barker is on target. And the lead is down to a field goal. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And taken down just past the 20, about the 21-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Prescott. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
They approach this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Now Prescott. Working the middle of the field. He's got a man complete. And he will have the Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Now everything here, we're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They'll throw again. Prescott. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
When you're running the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available. And incompletion as a result.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Prescott now. And he's caught by Long. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. C.D. Lamb, 37 yards. And the Cowboys add 6 to their lead. Aubrey now for the PAT. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Makes the score Cowboys 45, Chiefs 51.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last time that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Now here's Mahomes.
Oh, 29.
Going to come up short. Low throw.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rip, and they get off the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
Here's the Chiefs punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And certainly not the greatest of punts there. This will get out of bounds right at their own 40-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
There's a former defensive back. I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Dallas, Texas is the spot. Third quarter inside AT&T Stadium. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Caught that look from me there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Here now at 3rd down and 8.
47. Yeah! Here we go. Here we go. 46. 26.
They'll run. This is Jaden Moore. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. On to punt now, Anger, as he boots this one away. With it is Brown. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10.
At their own 31-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Snap coming at 1, and it's Mahomes. That one caught by Rice. And he will have the Chiefs first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him Charles come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, with the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And it's caught inside the 30. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've got their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Throwing now is Mahomes. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. They'll go for a gain of 7. And that will bring up second down.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Now 2nd and 3.
Yellow, yellow. Let's go on. Easy, easy, easy.
Now Mahomes. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And Kelsey's going to have a Chiefs first down as he gets this down at the 13-yard line. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington. It's the Chiefs with a football, but with work to do on the scoreboard, they trail as we start quarter number 4. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Running left to give to Pacheco. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start with a 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Now we'll pause for an injury here. That's George Pickens, the receiver who's in some discomfort. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield from Lamb. And this will be caught at the 30. A big play here for Dallas. 44 yards.
This game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 30-yard line.
Kill! It's 47! Here we go, 54, 1 inch. Here we go, 46.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And this one is incomplete.
Coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They go draw here. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And a big turnover there. as his guys will get the football back.
Well, partner, here's where team football tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the fourth, a costly turnover. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. Donovan Wilson that time there on the tackle.
Watching that play unfold, watching him complete it, brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. From the 35, here's a second down and 9.
Hey, 43, 15.
To throw, it's Mahomes. And the ball is knocked out. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. A big play here as the crowd noise rises. 3rd and 1.
Yellow.
Mahomes now to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Here's Mahomes to throw. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
They'll come up now. 2nd and 9. Mahomes. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like having there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions, and that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
15. Hey, Sunday. Yellow. Attack. 15. Yellow.
Mahomes. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
It's got to have it time. 4th and 9.
Go up, 15. 15.
Now Mahomes got to have this one. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game. They've worked in the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Mahomes to throw it. They'll set up the screen to Pacheco. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Here's Mahomes. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
A loss of 7 yards.
Mahomes. It's caught inside the 25.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
This one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
What a time to come up with a play like that. They're now in field goal range. But the opportunity is also there to try and win the game outright.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And he stopped immediately there. Work to do here with a crowd at fever pitch. 3rd and 9. Mahomes will throw. And it's caught. And now the timeout call. So 5 seconds left, and a field goal would send us to overtime. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now 1st and goal.
Yellow. Let's go, Lou, lady. Attack.
One final try for Mahomes. This ball intercepted. Picked off by Savon Rebel. And the Cowboys are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. Charles, a heartbreaking way to lose this game. They got into position for that final play, had a decent look toward the end zone, but ultimately picked off, and that's your ball game.
Yeah, they gave themselves a great opportunity, didn't they? They'll replay that snap over and over. But sometimes you just have to give credit to the other side. Defense stood up in the final moment and came through with the interception.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Cowboys as we sign off and say so long from Arlington.
Please leave your message for
me.
Yes.
What?